Welcome to my installation. I'm on the road today, headed about 20 miles northeast of my home studio to the beautiful church St. Brendan the Navigator in Cumming, Georgia. This is the front of the church, and around on to the right is the south side. The front has this beautiful mandevilla vines growing up the columns and across the arches. In front of the chapel, I installed these 4 evangelist mosaics about a year ago, a little over a year ago. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and then there's a bell tower. And on the other side of the bell tower is the last one, John. Here it is. They've turned the water off, so we're ready to go. First panel is going on the far side over here. Right there. Here it is on the table, ready to go. I've cut it into 8 pieces, and looks like my installer just got here, so he's going to be setting up shortly. These few pieces that popped, I am going to scrape the thin set off the back so that, and on the mesh, so that I can make sure it makes good contact with fresh thin set today, and there's good adhesion so that it will be permanently adhered to the wall and will never be a problem. That's it. The bed of thin set that Russell, my installer, is putting on this wall here is very finicky. It has to be just the right depth to hold everything, but not so deep that it squishes through to the front surface of the mosaic. And the depth of the mosaic is very thin because it's just the mesh and the stained glass. So this is looking pretty good. For the most part, the thin set did not come through, but there are a few areas where it did pop through. And I'm gonna be using a different color grout, so I'm just gonna go through and try to scrape out any thin set that's popped up to the height of the glass. So it's detail work, like right here. That's what I'll be doing for the next little bit. The weather forecast was not looking very good, so after we tarped it, I had to wait about 5 days before I could head back over. It's day 2 of the installation, and today I'm here by myself. I'm going to be grouting the entire mosaic. First, a little of flower appreciation. Aren't these beautiful? Any of the pieces that we adhered last time, I marked with tape to hold them in place and so we could keep track of them. So now I'm going through to make sure that they're secure and to remove the tape. Once we put the whole thing up, I noticed that there were a couple pieces missing, like right here, for instance. So I took a picture of these 2 areas and then went home to my studio and pulled some of that glass, including this gold one right here, so that I could bring it today. The thin set is going to be fresh, so they're not going to be set up right away. I just have to be careful in these areas. Spectralock 1 Laticrete grout, pre-mixed in Stormy Gray. spillways, and the very last step is to get that haze off. Well, very last step before I fine tune it. Picked out two different grout colors, one for the sky and one for the rest of the mosaic. The color down below was going to be a little bit darker gray, and the one above was going to be a little bit lighter. So I brought both because I wanted to wait and see what I thought when I was here. So I went ahead and I have grouted the entire bottom half of the mosaic, and now I have the sky left, and I am just going to go with the same color of gray, because I think it's going to work just fine in the sky. Before I thought I needed it much, much lighter, but I think it's going to be just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed with the sky grouting. So you never know what you're going to find when you get on site. And when I came today, there was this huge puddle here that just has not gone down that drain or evaporated or anything. So I'm really glad that I wore my water shoes, because I'm just splashing through it back and forth. Anyway, let me get after that sky. that's putting it together. Thanks for watching. See you next time.